Hey guys, it is Frojo34 and this is another Marvel Contest of Champions video. This video I've been given the 4-star 550 Sig 99 Masacre champion by Kabam in the content creator program. Basically, the content creator program is here for me to review characters, test them out, show them to you guys. So that's what I'll be doing in this video. This video will be just his profile, explaining what he does as a character. He is very different, guys. He's not your normal just hit the other character. You got to build his charges. You got to hit them while they're blocking. He does things differently than other characters. So like he took a little while to figure out. Like at first I was like I couldn't get the charges up, and then I found ways through his abilities and stuff by just figuring out the character and learning what he can do as a character. So let's look at it real quick. His signature ability, he loves his job, gains bonus when striking an opponent who has no debuffs on them. He gets 24.98 additional power from landing hits and a critical hit rating of 66.5. So his signature ability helps and doesn't help at the same time. But let's look at his synergies real quick. We'll come back to the signature ability. So you got Masacre, Deadpool, X-Force, and Gold Pull, increasing critical rating by 200 while the opponent is bleeding. So when it's bleeding, you get a crit rating of 200 more. So you get more chance to add ignition charges. It's very important. I would definitely use the synergy. Get in the pool is next. It's a Gwen pull and Venom pull. Ignited duration increases by 25%. You're going to want to use this one too. Keep them incinerate charges on them as long as possible, and using the special one over and over again. You're going to see what I'm talking about when we get to special one. The special one is the go-to move here. Mercs for money, Domino's luck plays into effect here. You get 1 to 5 additional ignition charges from the start of the fight or when ignited expires. So it's helpful because these ignition charges help you get back to ignited status faster, sooner. So I don't have Domino, so I didn't get to test this out, but definitely if I had Domino, I would use this one. Spiritual Strength is one that I wouldn't normally probably use. I don't think this one is the most effective, but it is something very unique here. You gain a 10% chance to evade against an incinerated opponent while not blocking. So if you're trying to block, do a parry, whatever, he will not evade. He will not evade. But if, like, say you just mess up and you're not blocking at the time and they go to hit you, there is a chance, a 10% chance, very small chance to evade. And then the last one is Playing with Fire with Red Hulk. This one's more, I would say, is for Red Hulk than Masacre, but still blocking a contact attack while ignited places an incinerate on the opponent, as it still helps Masacre. Definitely does, but I think I would probably use this to buff Red Hulk. Personally, having a 6-star Red Hulk, I think I would use it more for Red Hulk for that. Back to the signature ability here. Masacre loves his job, gains bonuses when striking an opponent. Basically, what this does is it helps him get these ignition charges faster by hitting an opponent with no debuffs on them. So when they're not ignited anymore and they don't have any debuffs on them, you got to get these ignition charges. So his signature ability helps him get them back faster. So his signature ability is needed to help him get these charges faster, but at the same time not needed because there's ways of doing it without hitting an opponent with a debuff on them. You can just do the special 3, get the charges, bam, bam, bam. And that's what I found most helpful, was doing the special 3 and then hitting them and getting these ignition charges put on him. So let's talk a little bit more about everything else that he does, his abilities and so forth. So first off, you got his Flammable Passive. Each time Masacre's bat lands a critical hit, hits a block, or hits an incinerated opponent, it begins to ignite, gaining an ignition charge, which lasts 10 seconds. Upon reaching 10 ignition charges, all the charges are consumed and ignites Masacre's bat for 16 seconds. While ignited, Masacre cannot gain additional ignition charges. But bat attacks, almost said butt attacks, bat attacks that are also critical hits deal an additional 10% of damage dealt as burst of energy damage for each ignition charge. This is important. I'm going to show a clip. I want to talk about it in a little bit. We're going to show a clip of this against characters like Iceman and Mephisto. We're going to show it in a little bit, though. The ignited passive. Each strike of the bat places an incinerate debuff on the opponent, causing 793.8 energy damage over 5 seconds, removing perfect block chance and reducing block efficiency by 50%. These Incinerate debuffs have their duration increased by 1 second for each Incinerate debuff on the opponent, up to a maximum of 5 seconds. So it only stacks up to 5 seconds. Once it hits that 5 seconds, you can't really increase it from there. Each time an Incinerate effect falls off to apply damage to an immunity, the target instead takes 793 energy damage. All right, so this is where I want to show the clip of fighting Mephisto or Iceman. You're going to see that clip right here where it does energy damage instead of Incinerate damage to them. Masacre still is effective against champions that are Incinerate immune. So here's that clip. Masacre also gains power when striking a block as if landing a hit. So it's if a normal attack and a block attack are gaining the same amount of power, so it's still useful. When blocked, opponents passively suffer 50% reduced defensive ability accuracy for as long as they are under a debuff effect. Bat attacks have 666.67 block penetration. This doubles when the bat is ignited. So over 1200 block penetration when the bat is ignited. Heavy attacks also, each bat hit against an Incinerate opponent grant additional initial charge. So parry heavy, parry heavy, parry heavy, and you can get some more Incinerate chances in there. Also, the special attack 1. The first hit places a disoriented debuff on the opponent, reducing their defensive ability accuracy and block proficiency by 50% for 12 seconds. And refreshing the duration of any Incinerate debuff active on the opponent. This duration doubles against an incinerated opponent. Machete hits have a 100% chance to cause the target to bleed for 882 direct damage for over 12 seconds. This is the most efficient special attack to do for the opponent. You want to repeat this over and over again to increase the duration of the Incinerate damage over and over again, and you can get the charges back up faster while the opponent is under an Incinerate effect anyways. Special attack 2 is a little different for this character than any other character in the Marvel Contest Champions game at the moment. It does 10,201.8 attack if this attack is blocked. So basically, if your opponent blocks this attack, it also then you will not be able to get hit immediately after because he will evade it. So you won't be able to take. You can throw this off into an opponent that's blocking and not have to worry about getting hit immediately after. This is very different. I did this once. Let me show you this clip real quick. I found his special attack 3 the most useful for helping him get his charges built up. I was having a hard time at first building up the charges, especially playing where you are trying to bait specials, all that stuff, because they fall off over time. Once you got this special 3 off, though, you got them up pretty quick because it puts a Incinerate damage debuff on the opponent. So then any strike that you put on the opponent gives you an ignition charge. Once you get the ignition charge all the way up to 10, it goes ignited. So this was the most helpful. Once you did the special 3, you can get the charges up pretty quick. I'll throw a clip in here so you can see that. Alright guys, this has been my review of Massacre. Let me know if you felt this was helpful, if I explained things well. And now what we're going to do after this video is other videos are going to release of actual combat of Massacre fighting other characters. Full duration, not sped up, nothing. I'm going to do some video of uncollected fights against normal opponents, just him fighting them. It's like show you how well he did against them. And then I'll do a Winter Soldier fight so you can see that, and then I will do some RTTL fights, including a RTTL Thanos boss, so you can see all of that. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys real soon. Peace out.